Hello, good evening, everyone. My name is Liam Austin. Think about the last times we had technological leaps for a second. Don't think about when they happened, but think of them with reference to the people living during those times. The Industrial Revolution lasted about 200 years. That's progress over a handful of generations. The digital age of electricity and cars, about 70 years, one lifetime. Computer or internet age, about 50 years. I'm not going to predict how quick the AI revolution will be, but let's just take perspective. About 2 years ago now, we had no real existing open source efficient chat AI. To literally in a day, ChatGPT came out, flipped every education institute on its head, thinking, what is this powerful tool and what are its implications for what we do here in our education? Now, the first things we needed to be asking ourselves was, how do we prepare kids to work with this tool, to create with this tool, to use this tool ethically, and how could this tool exacerbate things like inequality? But do you know what the first thing most teachers asked themselves was? How do I stop kids from using it to cheat? Yes, don't get confused. I do believe we need to teach kids how to use AI ethically in terms of what's cheating and what's not. But that's not the point I'm trying to make today. When I say ethical use of AI, I mean children to learn the ethical ramifications of what AI can do and how it can influence society. In order to do that, kids need to be taught basic AI competence, and that's what I'm advocating here for today. Let's go back a second to those other technological advances I talked about. Engines, electricity, and computers all enhanced our efficiency and productivity, improving everyone's lives. But what if those advances were ignored in education? What if we didn't teach people how to use electricity safely? Or the power of an engine? What if some communities got taught how computers worked and others didn't really get taught that? Well, actually, that last point happened. So, yeah, what if we ignored the fact that while, yes, those technological advancements did improve the lives of people everywhere, did people's lives improve equally? Did inequality get better or get worse? Did they all benefit the same? No, they did not, because poverty and marginalization did not disappear. So, AI. Think about AI in education. It is more than just a new technology that will drastically improve our efficiency, however equitably or inequitably. It also interprets and produces information, which has an effect on marginalization of groups and narratives around power relations. It's not just as simple as equity of whose children are better educated and how to get employment using AI, or benefit from the efficiencies of AI for profit and wealth gain. It's also about the ethics of how AI interprets, summarizes, reiterates, and articulates information. In education, many issues are a hot topic, and depending on the community, the teacher, the jurisdiction, history can get told in very different ways. When history is taught in a biased way against a group in an untruthful way that has been harmed in the past through marginalization, and that marginalization is not acknowledged, then the marginalization continues. So, talk to me now about the need for equitable AI. We are still fighting a battle in teacher education on how to teach inclusively and in a decolonial fashion. We still haven't figured out how to do that completely effectively yet the AI revolution is happening around us so fast. Where are the guardrails? Who is in charge and who is training the AI? AI already learned how to interpret, summarize, and reiterate ideas, and we've just started this discussion now. As educators and educational leaders, we can only advocate for what those guardrails and policies should be and hope for over time, and that the ethics of AI are geared toward our favor. But for our students, we can start now. So, how do we do that for our kids, for our students in our schools? What do school boards need to do? First thing, students need to learn about data collection, since that is what AI is built on, and the ethics around how constructing and decision making systems around other people's information and what implications that has. Second, at a young age, kids need to learn about what AI actually is at a young age so they can conceptualize it and think critically about what it can and can't do to the world. Thirdly, kids need to learn from a philosophical point of view about the ethics around AI, kind of like what I talked about. History is very gray, but can be very persuasive in one direction depending on who is telling the story. Get kids thinking about how AI inputs contribute to the conclusions it draws on, historical events, social issues, or other significant and divisive topics. If they understand this, they can think critically and use AI, not reliantly, but supportively and selectively. Final implications, since this revolution is happening as we speak. In those past revolutions, do you think the kids of all groups had equal opportunity to be educated in the competencies of those technologies and then grew up and received the same benefits from them? Of course not. But we can make that more equitable this time around. AI should be for everyone,